Hello you guys, welcome back to Stampaholics Anonymous. Today we are going to look at a collection by All Mixed Up Lacquers. It's the Touch of Magic collection. I am a tiny bit sorry for not getting to these earlier because it was originally like a 7-piece collection, but only 4 of these polishes are still available. I'm really sorry, I just checked that. And well, I didn't know that, but I'm still going to swatch these for you because I really like the concept behind this collection and the range of colors you get. And I think even if you can only get like 1 or 2 colors of this, that's helpful, right? So, you know, despite the point that there's only 4 of these still available, I will swatch all 7 so you can see like the whole array of colors you get in this collection. Like I said, it's a 7-piece collection and it's called Touch of Magic, so all of the polishes have magical names. I already showed you these in a haul. I hauled these on Black Friday and I'm only getting to these now, so it took me a while. Sorry. Yeah, but you know, life happens and stuff. So let's go through these. The one that I'm, you know, sort of laying down so you can see the label is called Cabin in the Woods, and it has a nice, it doesn't really translate on camera. It looks more orangey on camera than it is in person. This is like a really light brown, and what this collection does, or what's so special about it is that all of these have like a cream or crelly base, and then they have shredded UCC or chameleon flakies in there, and also some sprinkled hollow. You can see right here while I'm, you know, turning the bottle. So that was Cabin in the Woods, and I think that is one of the ones that is still available. Let me double check so I don't tell you bullshit. Sorry. Yep, Cabin in the... That's crazy. Funny. It says Cabin in the Woods on the bottle, but on the website it says Cabin in the Forest. So the cabin is somewhere, and it's this polish. Okay, next up we've got Fallen Stars. This one is also still available. Same concept, but the base one, the base color of this one is gray. You know I love gray polishes, and I'm really interested to see, you know, how the flakies and the hollows stand out against the base on the nail. It's always different from, you know, what you can see in the bottle. So these two are still available, as is this one, which is called Damn Poison, and this one has a reddish pinky base. It's not like a straight up red, but it's also not like a magenta pink. It's somewhere in between, and it's a little bit muted down, so it's not like screaming at ya. Really pretty color. Damn Poison. So, and the last one that is still available is this one, which is called Glittery Pumpkin Guts. And yeah, now you can see the difference in color. Like I said, this one is reading more orange on camera. This one is orange, the Glittery Pumpkin Guts, but when I hold them up together, you can see that this one, the Cabin in the Forest or Woods or wherever, is more brownish, and this one is definitely more of a muted down orange creamsicle color. Same, you know, flakies and hollow going on also. And then, unfortunately, these 3 are no longer available. I'm sorry. Maybe if you're really into them, you can hunt them down somewhere, or maybe she will restock them. I don't know. I'm sorry. The first one is called Dancing Sprites. I have now learned that Sprite is not only referring to a drink which has the same color in their cans, but also to like a spirit or like a fairy-like creature. I think that was it, right? I'm gonna look it up again. So this one has a green base, basically like a Sprite soda pop colored can, but it's a nice like woodsy or grass green base color, and flakies and hollow like the other ones also did. Next up we have Power of the Stones. This one has a purple base, and then the same mixture of flakies and hollow going on, and the last one in the collection is called Bibbidi Bobbidi Blue, and I think it was supposed to mean bitch, right? Somebody told me that when I hauled these, and I think it's supposed to mean bitch. Does it? Bibbidi Bobbidi Blue Bitch? Oh, like Bibbidi Bobbidi Blue Witch. Now it makes sense. So this one has a blue base and then those shredded flakies and hollow in there. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch all of these. You know, like I said, only these 4 over here are still available. So sorry for that I'm getting to this so late. But on the other hand, you can still kind of see, you know, what all mixed up lacquers formula looks like, and I think that is helpful in you know, if you're deciding whether you want to get something from her. Another side note, I did swatch the thermals that I got, the like trio that came out for Black Friday. There were like 3 colors in there. They all transitioned from like a base color to black, but unfortunately only one of them would work for me. The thermal like pigment must have gotten hurt on the way over to me, so unfortunately I'm not going to post that video. I did swatch them all, but like I said, only one of those thermal works for me. That was a bummer because I already own like a couple of thermals from All Mixed Up Lacquers and they're really good. So I don't blame it on All Mixed Up Lacquers, but more like, you know, thermals can be finicky, and sometimes when you transport them and they're like in like extreme temperatures, they won't transition anymore. So if anybody knows if you can reawaken the power of a thermal, let me know. I tried to Google that because I had like in the back of my mind, I think I read somewhere on a blog or somewhere that you can do something about a thermal that doesn't work anymore, but let me know if you know anything about that. So I'm going to shut up now and set up for swatchy swoos and then meet you back with a final verdict and some final words and my favorites out of this collection.
All right, let's start with Fallen Stars. This is the gray polish. I was surprised that I did end up needing 3 coats on most of these polishes. I was surprised at first, I say, but it does make sense when you think about it real hard. But the formula on all of these was pretty much consistently good. It didn't run anywhere. It wasn't too thick. It wasn't too thin, even though All Mixed Up Lacquers polishes tend to be on the thicker side formula-wise, but not too thick so that you cannot work with them anymore or something. But all these needed 3 coats. I am not going to show you the 3rd coat because I only realized I needed a 3rd coat when I took my swatch picture. So you're going to see 3 coats, no top coat of Fallen Stars in the swatch pictures. Next up is Glittery Pumpkin Guts. This one needed 3 coats as well. I didn't particularly like the color of this with my own like skin tone. I don't know, it sort of clashed for me, even though I love this color and I love pretty ugly colors, as you know by now. Formula wise, you can see that there's no issues here. Also, the flaky distribution is pretty A+. It doesn't, you know, clump or stick up or anything. You could probably get away without even putting on a top coat on these either. But the reason that you need like 3 coats is that, you know, those flakies and the hollow need to be able to stand out. So you need to build up the color coat by coat. So that's why basically you're going to need 3 coats on all of these. So swatch pictures will be 3 coats, but no top coat. Next up is Cabin in the Woods or Cabin in the Forest, depending on where you look. My bottle says Cabin in the Woods, but on the website it does say Cabin in the Forest. Anywho, so this is a very nice shade of brown, also sort of clashed with my skin tone. I was like really bummed out because the pumpkin orange and this one were like 2 of my faves because they're like so pretty ugly colors. But oh well, you can't win them all, right? But formula-wise, I was really, really happy with this one. I did build it up nice and opaque at 3 coats. No issues there. It dries fairly quickly, so doing those 3 coats isn't really like an issue. As long as you know, stick to very thin coats and don't, you know, make it heavy and goopy. Next up is Damn Poison. Yeah, that's what it's called. It's always fun to record this voiceover or these voiceovers, you know, a couple of days after I did the swatches. That's really smart of me, but sometimes I just don't get around. This one, again, needed 3 coats, which is totally fine. But yeah, formula-wise, no issues. That's what I was gonna say. Jeez, brain fart. I'm sorry. Yeah, and it's a really nice shade of red. And building it up at 3 coats comes like pretty close to what you can see in the bottle. And the flakies stand out nicely against the base, as does the hollow in this. So you're gonna see 3 coats of this in the swatch pictures. Next up is Dancing Sprites. That's my word of the week. Yeah, this one has a very nice like Christmas tree green shade, or grass green, forest green, whatever you want to call it, but it's a really nice hue of green. You can build it up and, you know, make the color really saturated at 3 coats. No issues here, no needing to manipulate flakies into, you know, weird positions. They did not stick up at all, like I mentioned before. Yeah, and this one also gets nice and opaque. I could have gone for a 3rd coat, but you know, it always depends on what angle I look at my nails. Sometimes it looks okay to me, but then I look at the footage later and think, well, I should have gone for a 3rd. So that's why I tell you to use 3 coats on this one as well, even though I just showed you 2 coats of this. Wow, did that make any sense to you guys? I don't know. I'm just going to keep talking until the next color arrives. Here we go. This is the sapphire blue one, which is called Bibbidi Bobbidi Blue Bitch. This is, I'm just going to say it, my favorite color of them all. I just really like that tone of blue. Again, 3 coats on this one to make it nice and opaque and build the color up to what you can see in the bottles. But I didn't mind one bit because the color is so pretty and the formula is really nice to work with. Just remember to use like really thin coats with all of these polishes. The last polish in the bunch is the purple one, which is called Power of the Stones. Yeah, and this one also, again, 3 coats, meaning that it is pretty like sheer on the first couple of coats, but in the 3rd coat you can really build it up and make, you know, the color match what you see in the bottle. The flakies and the hollow really stand out really nicely against those darker colors. That's just my opinion. I really like the look of that on my nails. So this purple one is also one of my favorites. Yeah, and you're going to see 3 coats of this in the swatch pictures.
Alrighty, you guys, there were my quick swatches of the All Mixable Lacquers Touch of Magic collection. My favorites are these 4 over here. The Glittery Pumpkin Guts and the Cabin in the Woods I do like the colors, but I didn't like the way they looked on me. I'm just, you know, they're like too close to my like skin color, and it just looked weird on me. I personally thought. Yeah, I did like the green one too, but overall I did enjoy these for the most. Of course, I did like the gray one. That was the first one I swatched. And the last one that I swatched was the purple one, which I really liked, but I think my overall favorite is the blue one, just because that like sapphire blue base is really, really pretty, and the flakies and the hollows stand out really well against it. It just looks really, really nice together on your nails. I just sort of like this blue today a lot. So let me know what you thought of this collection in the comments below. I think it's really neat. I like it a lot, even though I didn't expect to use like 3 coats and all of these polishes, but like in hindsight, I think it's natural to be using more coats, because you really want those flakies to stand out against the base, meaning you can't make it really like thick and pigmented. So it's better to build it up in order for the flakies to stand out. So even though it was surprising at first, I used 3 coats on pretty much all of these, but I didn't mind because it dried fairly quickly and the formula was okay. So no issues here. So like I said, let me know your favorites down in the comments below. Let me know if you've tried all mixed up lacquers in the past and what you thought of it, or which colors you got from what collection. I love reading from you in the comments. Other than that, that's it for today, you guys. I love you very, very much, and I will talk to you next time.